Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm talking about altars. When it comes to witchcraft and black magic, altars, your own personal altar is your center of your magical universe. The one place that is a constant for your magical world. Everything that exists, everything in this world is energy. It's just an illusion, right? Everything in life is but an illusion. But I mean, if you reach back and you just feel everything, it feels so real. It's this guitar feels real. It sounds real. But how detailed this illusion is. It's saying that life is but an illusion is a very simple sentence, but it's not just that life isn't real. It's not that life isn't real, because it's still real, but it's not real. I'm going crazy. That's why a lot of people talk about going through a spiritual awakening. They feel like they're going crazy because when your mind starts to open up to this idea that everything in life is but an illusion, how could that be? It seems so real. I've lived every second of every day of every year, it's all an illusion, it's not real. And a lot of people are very offended at the idea that the life doesn't matter, because they work every second of every day for money that they put in their bank account, that they pay to a conglomerate so they can keep their life running smoothly. And they pay their taxes so that way politicians can sit down and judge how their lives are going to be run. We're getting deep here. When I say life is but it's all about finding intention through the meaninglessness, finding value in meaning in the meaninglessness. Because it's not that life doesn't matter, because it does. It's not that it's not real, because it is. But in the grand scheme of things, what really matters, what's really important in this world, in this life, what's really important? Yeah. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, back to altars. There's also different types of altars. Like, there's your main altar that you put your grimoires on. You have your grimoires listed out, or you put your little talismans. You have you put your crystals on. Whatever type of magic you wanna, whatever type of magic that you're doing. Yeah. I remember for me when I really started thinking about, I should probably have an altar, and I was slowly putting the stuff together. I was gonna put an altar just like right here, but something didn't really feel right. So for me, what I kind of turned into my altar was this old wooden piano, and something about that felt right, because it's a piano, musically, and it has an energy to it, and it felt right. And which also kind of goes into my magical journey, I suppose you can call it, because I've really had Christianity as the only spiritual education I've had. As I started turning into the darker side of spirituality, and I started looking at the occult, and I started being interested in the dark as well as the light, the idea of my own personal journey, I don't really have a choice. I've never really had a choice of the dark or the light, because like some people's decision to only focus on darkness, and some people's decision to only focus on the archangels and the light and the heavens, and some people the dark abyss. It's some people don't really have a choice to focus on one side or the other. For me, it's always been down the middle. I've never really had a choice of whether or not I could choose the light or the dark, because I've always felt protection from these angels my whole life, and yet I've always had an interest in the other side, and it was only recently brought to light to me that one side isn't necessarily a rival to the other, because good and evil is a construct of human dogma. When people create a political party or a religious party or religious organizations to separate and divide you and to turn you into animals ravenously fighting against each other. I don't know. Let's say something about that. Back to altars. There's different types of altars. Like for me personally, I have my inside altar that I like to have my candle sitting on. I like to have, simple things, a little sigil here, a little sigil there, stuff. My grimoire and things like that. I feel safe having them in the house. But when it comes to any specific ritual, or when it comes to specific energies that I'm trying to bring, then there's my outside temple. Where my outside temple, going outside, not only being one with Mother Nature and being out in the universe, it feels fresher. It's a little more fresh to have that energy open, to have that open energy just flowing around you. It also feels safer to have a place outside and not bringing that energy with you inside. Although there's always a part of it that stays within you, and it's always it's always going to be in you and a part of you. That's why it takes a very calculated effort to make sure it's smart to not want to bring that energy into the house and to have a clear division. Not to welcome any energy into your home, into your house. And to always to understand how to banish any entity that you've called appropriately and respectfully. So that way it's not like lingering around and causing chaos, right? Like one thing I always find, I'll talk about this later, but one thing I find very interesting is one thing I try to keep as like a forethought if you're doing sigil magic or anything, and you have that sigil open, and it's laying around your house, and you do a ritual, and the sigil is still sitting there, and you get whatever manifestation you wanted to bring into reality, the sigil is still sitting there, and it could bring about kind of a subtle feeling of contention or distress or just depression, even sometimes anger. And it's because when you bring this spirit, this energy into your life, and it just sits there stagnating, and it doesn't have anything to do or anywhere to go, it's only natural that it's going to bring out a very negative emotion or a very negative energy. So it's good to kind of know how to. I'll maybe talk about that later. Now, when it comes down to a temple, when it comes down to different altars that you might have for a specific entity or a specific deity, or a specific ritual or a specific spell, it can be as complex or as simple as as your needs are. Um, depending on, it depends on really the spell that you're trying to cast or the ritual you're bringing about. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I will catch you guys later.